Watching it go, buying low, selling high. Riding the wave, I'm here to stay. Living in the digital age. No banks, no fees, just decentralized. It's crypto paradise. Ooh. No banks, no fees, no more 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Crypto is on the rise, making that dough in the crypto paradise. Watching it go, buying low, selling high. Riding the wave, I'm here to stay. Living in the digital age. No banks, no fees, just decentralized. It's crypto paradise. Ooh. No banks, no fees, no more 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Crypto is on the rise, making that dough in the crypto paradise. Watching it go, buying low, selling high. Riding the wave, I'm here to stay. Living in the digital age. No banks, no fees, just decentralized. It's crypto paradise. Ooh. No banks, no fees, no more 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Crypto is on the rise, making that dough in the crypto paradise. Watching it go, buying low, selling high. Riding the wave, I'm here to stay. Living in the digital age. No banks, no fees, just decentralized. It's crypto paradise. Ooh. No banks, no fees, no more 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Crypto.
All right. What's going on, friends, fam, degens, ladies and gents, DCAers, hodlers, traders, everybody across the crypto space? Welcome once again to the TA Tuesdays with Tordess and Crypto Paradise. Every week where we come and bring you the best tips, tricks, tools, and strategies. That wasn't a T. Techniques. There we go. That's what we wanted. All the T's around trading every week, trying to help make you a better trader so you can put your skills to work on the Tordess platform, where you can get funded up to $100,000 that you can trade with. That's other people's money, and it's legal. And you get to keep 90% of the profits. It's one heck of a deal. It's called prop trading, and Tordess is pioneering prop trading in the crypto space. Dut, the founder, is here with us today. Dut, how you doing, man? Welcome to another weekly TA Tuesdays. How you been?
Hi Nathan, it's good to be here. It's another amazing week in crypto, and I'm always longing for Tuesday to be online with you guys here, speaking on TA Tuesday, presenting Tordess as one of the leading crypto prop firm in the space.
Absolutely, man.
Wait,
It's been.
are we live yet?
What's that?
Are we live yet?
We are live.
Everything we see-
Absolutely. Yep. We
Nice.
are live. I mean, we should be.
We are.
Yep. Also with us, our resident trader, Mr. Roche. Roche is coming off one heck of a weekend. He had ultra marathon, mountain marathon.
Yeah.
I mean, what was like 50
Ultra man. Yeah, 50K man. Rough
Man.
weekend.
Talk about
Yes.
persistence and playing the long game, which is one of the things we've talked about quite a bit on TA Tuesdays, is having that
Yes.
long-term mindset, not getting greedy, not trying to get rich quick scheme. That's commitment right there. 50K through the mountains, nonetheless. This isn't just 50K flat. You were up in the northern part of Vietnam doing that. So, congrats
Yeah, it
on
was in Sapa.
getting that finish, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's good to be back. It's very
Absolutely.
good.
Well, it has been
Yes.
another interesting week in the markets, and it's been an interesting week for Tordess. That I know, I understand you got some updates for all of us around the Tordess platform, some new potential partnerships, launchpad announcements, IDO stuff, some updates on TGE. Let us know what's the latest and greatest with Tordess.
Sure. I think before going that, I also want to share that I used to run 21 kilometers half marathon back in 2015, and I believe that training on those like long run marathon will help you to improve the mentality. And I was a trader myself before building Torres, and I know that being persistent, keep good mentality is probably the key part of this game. As you probably heard this before in the previous live stream, Tortoise is actually the misspelling of tortoise, which is a turtle, and that's what we're looking for in traders. Probably you shouldn't be a hare, a rabbit who win quick once in a while, but then you can get wrecked very quickly. It will be better to be a turtle in this market. Be very consistent. You may not earn big every day, but then in the long run, you stay in the marathon, you stay in the race, and you will get to the goal line. And back to the update from Tordess, if you are using us on our platform, go to tordess.com, you will see that a lot of things have been improving over the past couple of months. We have introduced Tordess version 2 in October this year, and you will see that we have a new UX UI, new branding with very smooth trading experience right now. If you are users on any such central exchange, you will see that using Tordess is as similar as user friendly as using a centralized exchange right now. And as for token launch plan, we are working day and night towards that. We have been working with a number of groups, communities to close our seed route. So if you're watching this and you are interested in our seed route, please do get in touch because it's filling up quickly. We have a launchpad plan with few of Foundry and potentially down makers sometime in end of January 2025. And let's stay tuned. We will have further updates on that. Everyone is talking about our season really soon, and we believe that we've seen that as well. XRP is now the third largest crypto in terms of market cap, and our season is coming after this major altcoin. Then we comes a time for smaller altcoin, and it is the best time to launch for this. So if you're watching this, enjoy us about. Yeah.
Yeah, the markets play such a big factor in what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Markets play such a big factor in the pre-sale game as well. And the pre-sale season really just hasn't kicked off yet. You're right. We kind of see these cycles coming and going.
Goodbye,
With
everyone.
from Bitcoin pumping into the major alts into the next lower alts, and then pre-sale season kind of runs in a tandem with that. I think a big sentiment push, or not necessarily a sentiment push, but a big factor that will contribute to kind of creating the proper environment for projects to start launching again will be when the new administration takes office. We kind of talked about this a bit last week. When things go from conjecture and talk to actual law, and people getting put in administrative positions, that's when investors, funds, etc., are going to feel comfortable starting to push that money back into the markets. And that's when I really think we'll see a return of the pre-sale markets that have been kind of the driving force for retail to want to get into these markets the last couple of years. That's where they can get those 10, 20, 100 X's previously in the markets. Now we see a little bit of that with memes. Memes have stole all the retail attention, but hopefully that attention and liquidity shifts and flows back into pre-sales and early stage alts like Tordess here very soon. But yeah, you guys have been doing a great job, lining up some great partners, got some great investors on board. I know we are super stoked to help you guys get launched here, and for that to happen early next year. So other than that, just like with trading, patience is the key. I think we started working together in like March last year, February or March
Yeah,
last
it
year,
has
something like
been
that.
more than half a year already, and we are here for the long term. We are just not here for the launch. After the launch, we want to build Torres as a leading crypto platform. If you have seen this business in the forex industry, you see that has empowered a lot of retail traders to be able to manage a bigger funding up to 100,000 or even more. And we want to bring the same opportunities to the retail crypto traders. So yeah, we have been working together for quite some time, but this is just the start.
Yeah, definitely. Roche, what kind of opportunities have you been seeing this week? We saw, the Bitcoin kind of cool off for a little bit. A lot of the
Yeah.
alts are running. I know top major alts this time last week, like for example, Chainlink, a lot of the we're calling the boomer coins or the dinosaur coins. Chainlink was at like $11 or maybe $14. It's up. It went to like 27 in the last week. I think it's sitting around 25. We've been seeing the same thing with a ton of tokens. I think it was something like $130 billion in market cap dumped into XRP in like the last 3 weeks. So it was at like 30K at the beginning of November, or 30 billion at the beginning of November. Now it's like 160 billion around there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a trader's paradise the last few weeks. What kind of opportunities have you been seeing or taking advantage of?
Well, I'm
since we talked last?
actually in a short. I'm actually in a short now for Link. You know, I'm in a massive short at the moment.
After a
just
pump
think
like
that
that, it makes sense.
Yes. So I might just. I think I'm doing a 1 to 2, and I'm already at 1. So just another one or 1 to 2, and I'm done. Should be around 10K. Not bad. 10K
Yeah,
profit.
absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. Yes,
Well,
man.
especially
Other
when you don't have to
thing
put
I'm
the funds up front either, because you're prop trading on Tordess. So they provide the funds,
Exactly.
you provide the skills, you guys take home the checks. That's
Exactly,
again,
yes.
guys can't hammer enough. That's the power of prop trading. If I'd have known about this when I got into crypto, I'd probably be a very different person. I'd probably be doing some sort of trading. It just didn't exist at that time. So I saw the opportunity.
Yes.
And trading wasn't as good. It was going to take me the long time to learn, and then I have to build up a bankroll. Versus, I ended up getting into advisory and pre-sales and a whole bunch of other stuff. But it's pretty interesting. There's so many ways to make money in this industry.
Yes. The other thing that I'm looking at is retail people starting selling, right? A lot of people told me they started selling. And it's Christmas time, right? And we need to look at it like it's Christmas and then it's Chinese New Year's, Vietnamese New Year's, all of this coming around. And they consecutively after one another. I think they're not even a month out of one another. So what I think is the next week or so would look good, but around the 16th, we'll start going down, right? We'll get a major correction on BTC. And then we'll see money getting out of alts. We'll see a nice pump first or second week of January. And then, the Asian markets will get rid of their funds. And I think by end of February, we'll really see the fireworks start going off. End of Feb, things would start cracking.
When exactly
sure.
the date that Trump will take over the administration? You remember? Is it in?
Inauguration's on January 20th.
Okay,
perfect.
I think there will be a lot of volatility from now and then.
For sure.
Yeah.
So Roche, you're saying you're in the camp of no 100K before New Year's.
We might, but it would be it'd have to be in the next week or so.
Okay.
I don't think it will be around after the 16th. I think it's just people love spending money at Christmas, man. Remember, Christmas is not what it used to be. It's all consumerism now.
People check
That's all
out
it
of
is.
the crypto markets every year around
That's
this
it.
time.
They just do, right? So
that kind of
I think
ties
it
back
will be
into the
massive.
pre-sale markets we were talking earlier. Pretty much if any project's not set up for their IDO this week, they're waiting until second week of January to launch because they know week before Christmas through a week after New Year's ain't nobody going to be doing anything in the markets for the most part.
Yes.
So it's a rough time to launch there.
Definitely, man.
Imagine that applies to
And
trading.
it's always a good time to buy. It's always a good time to buy if you do any spot backs. I mean, I only trade spot, right? I don't trade leverage. I'm not saying people shouldn't, but just my rule, right? But if you use spot trade, it's a very good time you must always buy when other people are not buying, when they're selling. Buy what they're selling. Take it for a nice discount, right? Enjoy it, get the discounts, and then sell it back to them later for 3 to 5x. That's what you do.
Well, they always say, keep a little dry powder on your hands. One of the,
Yes.
And again, one more reason to get yourself acclimated, start building your knowledge bank, start building your skills around trading is that with one of the most powerful sides of being a trader versus someone like me who's mostly a DCA and hodler. Sure, I can look to take advantage of when tokens dip and to buy the dips, but when you're a trader, it doesn't matter if the market's going up, going down, going sideways. There's always ways to make money in the market. So one more tool to add to the belt, one more arrow in the quiver, another weapon in the arsenal, if you will, for people in this industry to make money here. So, I'm sure, Roche, you'll be trading the market up and down here in the next couple of weeks, and I'll be more or less sitting on my hands and waiting for the markets to go down so I can buy tokens on discounts.
That's it. That's exactly. What are you thinking? What are you looking in for the next year or so? What are your main interests? What do you think is
Yeah, great question.
RWA? What else?
Yeah, I I really try to keep it simple. You know, I work full time in the industry as well, so my time is limited.
Yeah.
One of my goals for the bear market next year is to learn how to trade and at least become a basic trader. But for now, I stick to pre-sales. When they start heating back up, I'll probably get some money invested in some early stage crypto projects. But for the most part, I am sticking with narratives. Right? I think AI is going to be a narrative that it's hard to ignore in Web 2 or Web 3 for the next, for the foreseeable future. So I'm very, very big on the AI stuff. We've been seeing some interesting things happen. Started out as like AI generated meme coins, and now they've shifted into more of a utility play where I can't remember what the name they're calling them is, but the AI actually serves a purpose in some, form or another. Maybe it's, AI companion, think about the old lines used to call, pay somebody per hour to chat with you because you're lonely or something. Now they have AI
agent, right?
doing that. We'll keep it family friendly tonight, but now they got AI agents you can do that with. They've got, task based kind of AI agents that are accomplishing something, or AI agents that are just kind of like simulated personalities. There's like the bully AI that just literally just is an internet troll, and just trolls around on Twitter. So like the AI stuff is constantly evolving, but we're seeing more and more money. In the last, I think just a couple months, there's been, I don't know how many billions of dollars in, funding for AI companies, whether Web 2 or Web 3. So like the narrative certainly hasn't slowed down a bit at all. And I think that's going to continue to be one of the strongest narratives. So got a lot of my top AI projects I've been investing in. I'm going to continue to DCA and buy on those when there's dips there. Looking for new AI projects to get involved with. And then looking for the next narratives to cycle into. I think when the timing is right, taking profits out of the AI projects that have done well, rolling them into things like gaming, RWAs, DeFi always has some sort of play in the markets. There's different DeFi projects. So, I just keep an eye on the narratives, and that's more or less how I trade is, just much like you can roll through the different, phases of the market from Bitcoin to top alts to, other alts. You can do that with cycles of narratives as well. So AI gets really hot, roll those cycles into whatever's next, right? Whether that be, gaming or RWAs, which I think have huge potential for this bull market as well. But that's kind of my plan for the next few months here is keep an eye on pre-sales and then chase narratives.
So Nathan, you
got a
mentioned
lot of money. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, go that. Go.
Nathan mentioned bear market. So how long you think that this bull market will run for?
Good
how long
question.
do you think?
Great question. Man, no one knows. I really want to believe that we're going to see a super cycle. I do think, like we talked about last week, I kind of laid out the scenario of where we have a cycle that runs into, summerish or maybe early fall and then starts to taper off. And then that's when they announce the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, and that sends us into a second round where Bitcoin rockets to new all-time highs again. And then, of course, that rolls down through alts and memes and everything else. And that could push us easily into 2026. Who knows? But I don't know. I really want to believe that's going to happen, but realistically, I think I could see cases being. I think if I had to put money on it, I'd say July, August next year. Some of the smartest guys that I really follow in the space, they're calling for like sometime this summer. I took a look today. You can kind of looking at the previous cycles. And each cycle has, while it hasn't been as volatile, meaning there has, Bitcoin hasn't had as high of a run in terms of multiples, it's been longer, right? So I think the first from 2013 or whatever bull market lasted from like the very bottom till the very top was like 107 weeks, and the next one was like 120 some weeks, and then last cycle was like 140 some weeks, and so we're right at about 106 weeks right now from where Bitcoin was at like 15K, right? So if at minimum we're right at the shortest bull run. If we go longer than last bull cycle, which was like I think 142 weeks, we may have 60 weeks left, which would put us into like. I think that was this time next year, basically, right? So I could definitely see a case being made for, very typically like we see having in April, and the bull run goes through till the following November. Like I've seen a lot of guys calling for that. That's happened, pretty consistently in the past, or that happened last cycle. Could see that happening. But if I had to put money on it, I'm going to be paying a lot of attention this summer to what's going on with the market, and make sure I have taken some profits, have stop losses in place, have an exit strategy for everything. You always need to have that. But I think this summer is where you really got to start watching it like a hawk. But that's I don't know. What do you guys think?
Roche, what do you think?
I said October, right? I'll stick to that. I think it will be October. I think it would not be hopefully it's not as catastrophic as the previous time. You'd really love to see a gradual dip down like a normal market does, not just bleeding. No, it shouldn't be that way. And we know why it happened the previous time, right? Because you remember when COVID came around, we had a massive bleed. People thought it's over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had, 23% pullback on BTC, if I can remember, when COVID came around in 2020. Right? Everyone thought it's over.
Yeah.
And then boom, 2021,
Mm-hmm.
right? Stimulus checks.
Bit of a black swan.
Thank you,
event
North
there.
America.
Yeah. If we do see, I mean, obviously after November 21, there was FTX and Luna and all, plenty of other catalysts that helped push it down. But we see retracements regardless, I think, of, those kind of catastrophic events. How do you think, or do you think, having a lot more institutional money in, we've got, the ETFs, we've got options coming online, you've got BlackRock, you've got the US, you've got multiple, nation states around the world coming in. They're typically not the type that are cycle sellers. Like, these guys are buying and they're going to hold for, a longer period of time, you would think. I mean, how much of an effect do you think that's going to have on whether or not we see a super cycle or just a diminished, either maybe, not as far of a retrace or a shorter bear market? How do you think that affects the 4-year cycle?
Okay, we go first on this because that's what I was thinking as well. If the Trump administration really going to set up a Bitcoin reserve for the US, I see that a lot of other countries will do the same. There will be FOMO for state banks all over the world to do the same, and it's going to be crazy. There's a lot of people who say that people should, instead of looking at the previous Bitcoin cycle, should look at gold after they set up ETF back in 2000 something. I think after they set up gold ETF, there's 8 years of gold price going up only. And we may even see that in Bitcoin, in crypto as well. Who knows?
Wouldn't hate that.
And that can be crazy. Yeah, it will set blockchain and crypto as one of the major asset class in the years to come. It will be a generational transformation of wealth management, from traditional assets like real estate, stocks, bonds, going into crypto. And we may even see that in a few years to come. Who knows?
I actually agree.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I agree with that.
That's what I'm hoping. That's the reason why I review Tordess, because we see that Forex prop firms are doing very well in the Forex industry because a lot of people trade, a lot of retail traders trade Forex daily. And that's why prop firm in the Forex industry is already a $10 billion business, where there's a dozen of big prop firm having the unicorn status, having more than $100 million US in annual recurring revenue. And if it happens to crypto, Tordess might be leading that transformation as well. Who knows? And that's what I'm hoping for when building this project.
Well, it's a very smart move. I mean, getting ahead of trends. That's where you see a lot of things. For example, some of the biggest companies out there, Chainlink, right? We were just talking about them earlier. Oracles exist in the traditional markets. Crypto needed oracles. It was just an easy transfer. So many of the businesses that we have out there, centralized exchanges, even DEXs obviously are a spin on technology that existed in the traditional markets. So you're very forward thinking on your part to see this gap in the market for, like you said, a $10 billion industry that exists in TradFi and Forex, and to bring that to crypto. I think it's a huge opportunity. Obviously, we're stoked. We're on board for it. And there's certain amounts of it that are market dependent, but again, the nice thing with trading is up, down, or sideways. There's ways to make money there. So nothing's bear market proof, but this is a type of project that can exist and make revenue, all year round, regardless if we're in a bear market, a bull market, or sideways chop. So awesome stuff, gents. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Let's. I mean,
I would
we've
actually
been.
want to share my trade with you if you quickly want to see.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Let's.
Have a look. Have a look.
We don't have your
I
screen
think I
yet.
called it spot on.
Are you sharing? Can you share your screen
Yes.
quick?
There we go.
All right, give
It's a
me
thing
one
of beauty.
sec. We'll get you on here.
It's not financial advice, by the way. It's just
Definitely,
an
we have to say that
opportunity.
all the
It's
time.
just an opportunity that I saw. There we go.
Yeah, that's a great point to make. You know, when we're doing this stuff, guys, it's supposed to be educational. It's not financial advice. The purpose of showing you
Yep.
charts, you know, there's a lot of guys that do charting online. They're not telling you should buy here, you should sell there. The idea is to understand the techniques, the strategy. Why did he enter the trade when he entered it? Why is it where he looking to get out where he's looking to get out? Like those are the kind of setups, the technical analysis side of things that we want to teach you on this channel to so that you can then apply them to future trades. So if you're watching right now, or if you're watching this later and you're going to come in here and try and make the same trade, it's not going to work, right? Like information is going to be outdated. So this is not financial advice for educational purposes only. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's take a look here at the setup you got going here.
Yeah, so and that was almost stopped out. As you can see, it was almost stopped out. But I just saw like this big spike over here. You just knew, right? Like this happened, and I saw BTC started dipping, and now it's back up again, right? Like if you look at this, look at that, right? So BTC dominance is up, everything else drops.
Mm-hmm.
Now the goal is to just get out before BTC stabilizes, which would probably be in the next hour or so.
Okay,
So I'll probably be out
fantastic.
of that trade. Even if I don't get to 1 to 2, I'm okay. You know, I get out of it.
And
Profits are profits.
what time frame? I can't quite see here. It's a 1 hour time frame.
It's an hour. It's 1 hour time frame. Yeah, yeah. But it's going down. Yeah.
And how much
Minus what's it? Minus
excuse me. Percentage wise, how much of a run up
8%
was this
down.
on Chainlink?
What from the top? No, it was insane, man. It was like 48% in a day. It was 48% since yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. Like 17 hours, 48% up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then
So that's the thing. I just trade one pair, right? That's it. One trade. Nothing else.
so and then what kind of I mean, obviously Chainlink blew up really fast. It was one of those things that almost inevitable
Yeah.
that's going to have a correction and a reset. Is there anything else on the charts? I mean, I see a big wick of a candle up there. You know, what else from this
Yes,
specific
I can
chart
show you
kinda
some of
told
the.
you this was
I can
gonna
show
be
you
a good
some of
spot?
the free stuff that you can see. Like there's Lux Algo always shares. They have really good stuff, but these are the supply and demand zones, right? And that's perfect. I mean, it's perfect. So
Got
normally you would take you would take profits here. This is called well, let me show you quickly. So this is called the supply and demand, right? By Lux Algo. They really do good stuff. Not all of their stuff are great, but most of their stuff are free. And the black line would normally be your baseline. So this is normally where you would take profits.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
so when it got up into the blue there, that's where it's, in other words, overbought or
Yes.
kind of the demand is running
Yes.
out. Gotcha. And that gives
Yes.
you a target there with the
So if
black
you see
line.
those
This is where you
massive
want it to
wick-
come back down to this range
Yes.
to it's kind of a sell there. Okay.
And I know people who make money by just trading the single indicator of supply and demand. And they just go backwards, right? So you start 4 hours daily, mark your prices out, and they go for it. And a lot of day traders trade on the 5 minute supply and demand, and they make money. The thing is, people overcomplicate it. They want all these indicator lists that they buy and all these trackers and whatever, instead of just really getting good at one thing, right? Now, supply and demand's my favorite. It's my absolute favorite, man. I love it. It's there. You can see it, right? You can see it without the indicators. I just keep it there because I knew you were going to ask me. And that's what I want to show people. And the other one that is very nice is called Volume Super Trend AI. This is more for I would say your long-term trades, but it's just the moment it turns green, you got a bull coming, and it's evening out now. So it's flatlining. So you can see that if it turns red here, because we're in a bull market, I won't I won't short more because it can just be a little bit red and it would go up again. But if we were in a normal flatline consolidating market, I would definitely have taken a short there. But these are long-term trades, days trades, 3 to 4 days, 5 days, a week, sometimes 2 weeks. I'm going to put a few on the daily so you can have an idea of what I'm talking about. It's really good on your larger time frames because it shows you exactly that if you got in, so around here, right, at $10, yeah. So this arrow here shows you definite confirmation to buy. So that's why at the 12, right? And it lines up perfectly with the Fibonacci that you would draw. It lines up perfectly. So that's your entry, and there you go, right? But it is flatlining. You might see a little bit of a bump up because I know the previous all-time high was like $50, if I'm correct. Don't know if I'm correct about that,
Yeah,
but
Chainlink
so
was like
it
50 or
might go,
55.
yeah. Okay, so it might go and test it, but if you go back on your daily chart, you can see how accurate it is, even if you went in here. So people need, if people are listening out there, really get good at one or two things. Don't try to do too much. So you just confuse yourself the whole time. You're never going to trade, and now you won. Now you only have $200 or $300, and that's why I love Tordess, right? Like I really love these guys. I think I drive them crazy most of the times because I always ask questions, right? Like you can ask that, he knows. I always ask questions. Well, what about this? When are we going to do this? When are we going to do that? But the thing is, because trading is such a precision skill, right? And they have a lot of patience with me, and I really appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, and like I say, like it's such a precision thing that you only really need to be good at two things, right? If you look at a supercar, and we're talking real gentleman craftsmanship cars or anything, right? You have one specific guy working on one specific thing, right? It's not a Toyota or a Honda that's made in a factory. That's AI bots, but real traders, they are craftsmen. I'm not saying I'm a real trader. I'm not there yet. I believe I'm getting there. And what I mean, I'm a trader, but I'm not the elite. But one day I would love to be. Yeah.
You're well on your way, man. What were the name of those two indicators? I want to enter them in the chat for anybody watching. They can take a
Okay.
look at that.
Definitely. So the first one is called Volume Super Trend AI Expo.
Volume Super Trend AI Expo.
AI. Yep.
Okay. And then what's the other one?
And the other one is Supply and Demand Visible Range by Lux Algo.
By Lux Algo.
Yeah, Lux Algo. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, those are in the chat. If anybody's on on Twitter, I believe it should also post to YouTube, but just chat commented with both those there in the chat. Speaking of comments, we announced last week the giveaway that Tordess is doing. So if you're watching, if you want to leave a comment, question, idea for future live streams, any of the above, Tordess is giving away a $5,000 trading account. And is that weekly or is that overall?
It's weekly. So it's a
Weekly.
challenge
All right.
account worth $49. If you go to Tordess.com, purchase a $49. You will get a $5,000 account. If you don't know what that means, probably go and watch the previous live stream that Roger has explained on the process of how to pass the challenge. It's a process to prove that you are a good risk manager. There's not a lot of pressure on earn profit, but there will be rules not to lose more than 5% per day or not to lose more than 10% daily, which if you master it, you will be a good trader yourself. Even if you don't trade on Tordess, it will be good for you to manage your own capital.
Sure. Yeah, that's the thing. Most of the rules that you
Yeah.
guys are enforcing are just generally good concepts to be enforcing for yourself as a trader. So yeah, very, very good stuff. Again, it's $5,000 of other people's money that you can trade with. You keep up to 90% of the profits with Tordess. So giving away a free account here. If you're watching live or if you're watching later, comment below with a question, support, idea for another topic on a new live stream, whatever that happens to be. We're going to pick one person each week that is going to win a $5,000 free trading challenge.
By the way, just want to check because our team only checked it on X last week. Will there be comments on YouTube as well? Because if there are, then for this week we check on both X and YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, awesome, man. Rocher, nice looking trade there. Congrats on that. Thank you for sharing
Thank
that
you
with
very
us,
much.
giving us a couple indicators to check out here. I think in the coming weeks here,
Yeah.
one of the topics we'll be looking at is going through a lot of the different indicators, showing you how to add them to your chart, what they mean, how you can use them. Like Roche said, it doesn't mean you need to use all of them, right? There's you pick a couple that you understand and that you like, test them out, and you know, keep it simple. There is literally thousands of different indicators out there. I've seen professional traders using, I mean, all sorts of different stuff. You're not going to be great if you're trying to use all of them. Like Roche said, find a couple, research them, test them, practice them, get good at one or two, and you know, develop your own trading strategy around them. So we'll do some more indicators in the future here, kind of walking through some of the basic ones and maybe some combinations, different stuff, as well as some, you know, chart patterns, lots more stuff like that coming with future TA Tuesdays. Guys, I know we've covered quite a bit here today. I know we didn't even get into the main topic we wanted to discuss. Do we still have time? We want to get into that, or we want to save that for next week? Or sorry, next week.
I think
Announcement while we're here. Next week, everybody's traveling for the holidays. We're not going to be able to be here for TA Tuesday next week. So 2 weeks from now, do we want to keep rolling here, or do we want to save the open interest topic for our next session?
I think we can always do it in the next session. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we've covered a fair bit here.
Yes.
Talked about some market updates, talked about some Tordess updates, talked about some cycle updates, looked at a couple great indicators and some trade options there. So I think hopefully people got some value out of this here today.
I definitely believe so, man. Yes.
Well, cool. Yeah, if you're watching this in post, make sure to leave a comment, win that up to that 5K trading account, use that 5K trading account to make yourself a better trader, and then upgrade to that 25K or that 100K trading account with Tordess. Other than that, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Again, a reminder, we will not be live next week. People are traveling for the holidays. Won't be able to make that. I'll be somewhere over the Pacific Ocean. But looking forward to being back with you guys here in 2 weeks. With another topic for TA Tuesdays. Guys, any kind of closing thoughts or final messages for anybody here with us today?
Always remember to, whenever you place a trade, remember to put a take profit and stop loss order, because always be safe than be sorry. Market can have a big corrections, a big bump anytime, and it's better to have some firing power. Make sure that you have some capital left in order to save when the market rise or market dumped, and you can take action there. Don't be too greedy.
The world doesn't need any more Caroline Ellisons, so make sure to set your stop losses and take profits.
Exactly. Yeah, I would tell people to get decent sleep and not trade into the night. It's not worth it, man, because you get so tired that you miss other opportunities, right? I'm a big believer of closing a trade before I go to bed, unless it's like FTX Luna type of thing, right? But if I trade for 8 hours in a single trade and it's in bed and I'm in profit, I close it. I don't want to go to bed and worry about it.
I see. I probably wouldn't sleep then.
Exactly. No.
You can't sleep.
Yeah, I'd be checking my phone every 10 minutes.
To me for years. Yeah. Yeah. So if people are listening, and you know, I really advise them to close trades before they sleep. That's why DCA is a great strategy. You really need to be a different type of person if you want to be a trader. You need to be like that. Say it's all about like the same with running. It's the same with people who are really good gamers. It's all the same trades, right? Like there's something different, right? And I guess it's the same with launchpad stuff, right? It's a high amount of risk. It is. We don't need to sugarcoat it. It's high risky, but it's very rewarding. Not only financially, mentally. It's very mentally rewarding because it's a challenging task. And people really need to think about it, because when you get your 6, 7, 8 hours sleep, right, you wake up the next morning, you're ready to trade, man. You're sharp. You're seeing things that other people are not seeing. Yes, exactly. Awesome. So that would be my advice for people listening.
Get your rest, people. Take care of your bodies. Can't just take care of your mind sitting in a desk all day. Got to get out and get some exercise. Keep physically healthy. That'll keep you mentally healthy, emotional, spiritual, all of the above. Touch grass, like they say, and have some fun trading. Awesome. Well, gentlemen, a pleasure as always. We'll be back here in 2 weeks for another TA Tuesdays. Until then, thanks for watching. We love ya, and stay safe out there. Swag me, baby.